Hello guys, my name is Ratstility, and today we'll be discussing a tower I've covered before in the past. This tower being the cowboy. Now, when you clicked on this video, you might have been thinking that I was going to talk about minigunner. I'll be explaining this and everything else about these towers in these videos, and I hope you enjoy. First off, Cowboy is an early game tower that specializes in making money, being the only damaging tower in the game that also gives you extra cash. However, what we'll mostly be focusing on in this video is the fact that he is one of the only 6 golden towers currently in the game. But out of the 6 golden towers, I'd argue that he's one of, if not the absolute worst, because it can be said that his original is actually completely better than his golden variant. However, this tower was not always like this, because all the way back a few years ago, Golden Cowboy was an absolute meta tower for when you were playing solo game modes because of the crazy amount of cash that he would give you. Golden Cowboy used to be absolutely amazing from October 31st, 2022 all the way up to April 7th, 2023, where a lot of people would argue that he was in his absolute prime. What he used to do was give you a lot of cash, much more cash than any farm would give you, while also giving you defense to fight off the hordes of enemies. However, this was only possible in solo mode, because if you wanted to get the absolute most amount of cash from this tower, you had to place as many as possible. This means that with the more teammates you had, the less cash you would make overall. This means that he was an absolute god in solo, and not the greatest in anything else, because you're overall making less cash, and you're also taking up spots from your teammates. So for anything other than solo mode, this overall just made farm a better option. However, in solos, this dude was an absolute green light to use and was absolutely insane. So Golden Cowboy went through an entire phase where he was the absolute meta tower for solo runs, whether it be for hardcore, pizza party, or fallen. He was absolutely insane because of his cash gain and actually pretty good DPS, and he was much better than farm. And then suddenly... So, Golden Cowboy received a nerf, which, I can't lie, was fair. However, the balancers at the time nerfed him in the worst way possible. Previously, at levels 4+, you only had to have 6 shots before you gained cash. After this nerf, Golden Cowboy needed 12 shots. The balancers also gave an overall cash nerf to Cowboy and Golden Cowboy, nerfing his max level income down to 100 cash per reload from 120 cash per reload at max level. However, the funny thing is, Cowboy did not receive any of these same nerfs. So, Golden Cowboy gave less cash than regular Cowboy. And overall, you were paying 22,000 cash just so you could get an extra 15 DPS at max level. Cowboy was cheaper, more cost efficient, and gave more money, and was overall just a better option than Golden Cowboy. And what's even crazier is that the Golden Cowboy stayed like this for months, all the way up until the Unwavering Ties update, where it got a decent buff that made it just barely better than the regular Cowboy. However, that still never changed the fact that there was no reason to ever bring Golden Cowboy or Cowboy in general at all again. Then, after that, Cowboy and Golden Cowboy both got some rebalances, but nothing interesting happened after that. Other than the fact that Golden Cowboy was worse than Cowboy again! Yeah, this is the present day, and Golden Cowboy is worse than regular Cowboy yet again. So, now both towers have 10 placements. This may seem like a nerf because adding a placement limit overall makes you lose more cash. To counteract this, you now gain a lot of cash per reload at max level. But here's where it gets bad. Both Cowboy and Golden Cowboy need 12 shots to gain cash at max level. Regular Cowboy costs 10,950 cash to get to max level, while Golden Cowboy takes 17,350 cash to get the max level. And at max level, regular Cowboy has a cash shot of 200. While Golden Cowboy has a cash shot of 225. They somehow did it again. Not just once, but twice they have made Cowboy better than Golden Cowboy. Cowboy now is overall more income efficient, being completely and utterly dirt cheap for the amount of money you're getting, while Golden Cowboy is almost 2 times the amount of cost that regular Cowboy is, just for 25 extra cash shot at max level. The thing is, this doesn't even add up over time and make up for the amount of cash spent to make it better than regular Cowboy either, because you can't spam Golden Cowboy like you used to be able to, making it harder to make much more cash than regular cowboy. A fun fact is that level 4 golden cowboy is actually way more income efficient than level 5 and gives you a lot more money. However, level 4 golden cowboy still isn't as good as level 5 regular cowboy because it's only 3,000 less cash, and a level 5 regular cowboy gives much more income per second to actually still make it better to use. So, regular cowboy has golden cowboy outclassed when it comes to money making. The only thing golden cowboy being better than regular cowboy at is just DPS, which past the early through mid game, no one is using cowboy or golden cowboy for DPS. So, sadly, we can't end on a good note. Golden cowboy is yet again worse than regular cowboy. Not just once in history, but twice. So, now here comes the question. Why did I not talk about Minigunner and his golden counterpart in this video? Well, for me, it's really simple. Number 1, cowboy is just much more interesting to talk about. Number 2, golden minigunner has some sort of use case, and that's if you can't fit multiple DPS towers into your loadout in anything other than solos and you still want to get decent DPS. Meanwhile, cowboy outclasses golden cowboy in about everything that matters for cowboy, which is money making. Anyways, that's about it for the video. Tell me if you agree or disagree with anything here and why in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion. I've had some complaints from people saying that I don't read my comments anymore, but trust me, I do. I just can't heart all of your comments anymore because I'm getting so many on my videos, and YouTube eventually starts taking away my hearts from other comments on the video if I heart too many, so I just can't heart them all. But trust me, I do read them and I check my notifications. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. If you enjoy all of my videos, make sure to subscribe. If you want to talk with me, then you can join my Discord server, linked in the comments and the description. We're so close to 100 members, and I'll be doing a giveaway once we reach that milestone. Hi, this is Editing Rastility here. So, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be giving away, but I think it'll either be the Premium Pass for the Summer Battle Pass that just came out, or I think it will be an Ultimate skin. So, if you're interested in that, then stay tuned. I'd also like to thank all of my members, St. David, Kave 2019, YM783, and Kadar for supporting the channel. Shout out to them. Anyways, my name is Rastility. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. By the way, I'm doing a Q&A at 2,000 subscribers, and we're really close. So if you want a Q&A, then subscribe right now. Please, we're so close.